You have consumed enough. God wants you to start creating. See, Denzel Washington has a quote that I really love. He says that if you have an itch to do something, it's God's proof to you before you already that it's yours. So, the very reason that you have an itch to pursue your dreams, to pursue your goals, is actually an evidence that the reason that idea has come to you is for you to take action. And I really love this quote because over the past 5 years, I have went back and forth and I always come back to wanting to create content. So many people go through their entire life without taking action, without working towards their goal or their desires. And then they simply just sit back and accept life and watch the life pass them by. And when you're 80 years old, do you really want to be looking back at your life and thinking that what could have happened if you actually took action and sitting in regret, Like, I know I don't want that for my life. And so, really, look inwards and ask yourself that the reason that you have this goal is actually because maybe you're meant to pursue it. And maybe you're meant to share your gifts with people. And maybe you have an opportunity to make a life for yourself in a way where you're not working 9 to 5 for someone else and you are living a life in a way where you show up every single day as your true self, chasing the goals that you have set for yourself, following your passions, and not having to report to someone else. I'm pretty sure that you have an idea and then you catch yourself thinking right before you're about to create or right before you're about to share that idea with people. You maybe find yourself asking that you need to get better at it, or that there are so many people out there who are doing it better than you. So, what would make you an authority? And I always tell myself that if you have a goal or if you have a skill, you just need to be a few steps ahead of some people in order to share your goals with people and not really doubt yourself and think about everyone else, because you are your own person. And end of the day, when you create something, it's only going to be created by you in your own unique way, in your own personality. So why even bother talking yourself out of something that has not been done by you yet? And deep down you already know that you're not lacking any new information, you're just lacking a permission to act. And you are the only one who can give yourself that permission. But you just need to have a little bit of belief in yourself, the willingness to take the first few steps without really knowing what the journey is going to be like and not having all the answers beforehand. You don't need guarantees. You just need enough self belief in yourself to start and to go on this journey one step after the other, go into the unknown, create content, share your skills, get better, and slowly let the path reveal it to yourself. God has put this desire in you for a reason, and the reason is that you are meant to create. And that is exactly why it feels heavy every time you procrastinate, every time you talk yourself out of your goals, because you're not just ignoring a dream, you're ignoring your true calling, your story, your voice, your imperfect first steps. And I promise you that the moment you step out and take the first few imperfect actions, the fear that you have regarding putting yourself out there, it's going to slowly start reducing. And look at it this way, everything that you're doing right now is not helping. You and me, we both know it. And I know it because I have been through it myself over the last 5 years. I have tried journaling, meditation, morning walks, working out every single day for 100 days in hopes that it will make me more disciplined and give me more courage. I have tried one-on-one mentorships. I have tried having a mindset coach for over 2 years. While that did help, what really helped was me finding the courage to take the action. And so the confidence that you are lacking, the confidence that you are hoping for, is not going to be found in all the research and in all the preparation. It will only be found in taking the first few imperfect steps. And the moment you start going on your journey is the exact moment that you will start getting confident little by little. So, how do you reset your identity and finally take control of your calling despite all the fears that you have? Here are 5 ways that you can do it. The first one is to set an intention. So, I want you to journal for about 30 minutes to an hour and write your life story. So, write down every single thing that happened to you and every single experience that you have gained. And then try to think about what meaning you have assigned to every single action and see if the meaning that you have assigned is actually making you more of a victim or it's actually making you look at all the experiences that you have had more as lessons in life. And the first thing you need to do after journaling is sit with it, maybe sleep over it, go for walks and ponder over it. But try to reframe your identity and your experiences in a way that's productive and in a way that's constructive to the life that you want to create. So, the second thing that you do after that is to create a plan. Now, this doesn't need to be like a 6 month or 1 year plan. It simply needs to be a plan that is focused on the micro actions that you can take every single day in order to show up confidently and take the first few steps. So imagine you are a singer and you want to start posting singing videos, and maybe you're shy because someone made fun of you, back in school, or you don't trust yourself enough, or you feel that you don't have enough information to act. Write a list of all these negative thoughts or the information that you feel you lack, and then think about that given all this, what is something that I can do today in order to make me one step closer to the goal of creating a YouTube channel, and coming up with some action items that you can do by your own means, by your own definition of whatever it is that you can do, but coming up with those plans and taking small actions and then slowly starting to act in that direction. So maybe you don't have a mic, maybe you don't know how to create YouTube videos, but the first step you can take is actually just grab your phone and sing on it for 15 seconds, or even stand in front of a mirror and sing and get comfortable getting used to the idea of singing in front of camera or by watching yourself, and that is going to help you. See, when I wanted to create talking videos, I used to feel very shy, and what helped me was actually just doing it over and over again. So I did not have the confidence before I started. I only gained the confidence when I actually started to do it. And it's a work in progress and it's going to get easier the more I do it. So the same goes for you. Now, the third thing you do is to make a long term plan. So let's say you have created a YouTube channel, you're starting to post videos. Now we are going to get into finding other creators who are in a similar niche to us, or finding inspiration from other people and studying the market to see what is the kind of content that you can create that people are already searching for and provide it to them. So actually like filling the market gap and creating content from a place of authenticity and being true to who you are as a person, but also doing it in a way that provides value to someone. Because as much as you have this itch inside to provide value, you have to provide value to people who are needing answers for something that you have the knowledge of. The fourth thing is having a strong enough accountability system. And so once you start creating content, you will notice that you will not always feel motivated to create videos. So today, I had a lot of work and I was simply not feeling like creating a YouTube video. But because I have an accountability buddy who kind of motivates me to create talking videos 3 times a week, I knew that because I have this accountability buddy, I cannot procrastinate. And so that kind of allowed me to go out to the beach during my break and still get this video down. And so having an accountability buddy is really underrated. And if you can create an accountability system, it's going to help you. There is actually a website. If you want, I can share it with you. It's called, what is it called? I will actually link it in the description, but there's actually a website where you can find accountability buddies and you can set time calendars where someone else who has accountability issues joins the call as well, and you tell each other what you're going to do in the next 1.5 hours, and it allows both people to work together and be on the session, and you can be doing different things, but when the call ends you have to tell the other person whether or not you achieve those goals, and so that's going to be really helpful as well. And then the fifth and the last thing I would say is, once you're already creating content and you have this accountability system, is to always have the mindset of focusing more on the actions and not the outcomes. And so the main reason why a lot of people quit is they are motivated initially, they are starting to create content, they are showing up consistently, and let's say they do it for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and then they don't see the results and they quit because they feel that it's not working. But when you start creating content and you start putting yourself out there, when you come across this frustration of not getting the results immediately, because I know that this will happen, I want you to always go back to your why. Like, why did you even start to go on this journey? And always remembering that you are doing it because this is something that you're passionate about, and not being too caught up with the results. Because the only two options you have is either get greedy and get hasty and quit, or stay in it for the long game and creating content for the fun of it, and remembering why you started, and remembering that maybe you get 50 views on your video, and visualizing like 50 people standing in front of you, because a lot of time we underestimate the power of even helping one person, let alone 50. So if your videos get 50 views, don't think that it's not valuable enough, and don't compare yourself to people who have been doing it for the last 5 years. So just like being patient is the fifth and final recommendation I have for you. I hope this video helps you. I truly believe that the reason you have this itch to create is because God has put it in you for a reason, and that you are meant to pursue it. And if you trust yourself enough and you don't get greedy and you show up and you prioritize creating content and you have an accountability system and you don't give up, I don't see why you might not succeed. And so if I'm doing it, you can do it as well. And I just want you to start today. Subscribe to my channel if you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.